welcome back to another Floxsie Live for the Enchanted Fairytale Forest virtual event. Today we're going to be talking to Taylor from Bags by Bento. She's going to be joining us shortly. Let me go ahead and reach out to her. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm really excited to talk to Taylor today. Hey!
Hi!
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. It's so nice to chat with you.
Yeah, right back at you.
I'm so excited. So how is your day going so far?
Really good. I've got coffee.
Nice.
How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. I had a mint. We're all set to go. Getting that little sugar buzz going.
Yeah,
But yeah, should we get into all the things?
let's do it.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are.
Yeah, so I crocheted when I was younger with my great-grandmother and kind of forgot about it. And then 4 years ago, a friend of mine was crocheting and I was just kind of interested. I bet I could do that because I also knit. And I was curious about crochet again. So I jumped back in and became completely obsessed. So pretty shortly after that, I started selling my crochet bags because I was creating so many. I'd given away to all my friends and family. They're like, you should sell this stuff so you can make some money back on what you're spending on crochet supplies.
Yeah.
So that's how Bags by Bento started. I started out selling finished crochet bags. And over time, I just realized how much I love designing and connecting with people. So my business shifted into crochet pattern designing and content creation. So now I just focus on connecting with my fellow crocheters and crochet business owners and creating crochet patterns for bags and accessories.
Awesome. When did you start in the fiber community?
So pretty much since I was a little girl, I would cross stitch with my great grandmother. I learned knitting from another family member. And then I also loved macrame and
Oh,
crochets.
yeah.
Yeah, crochet's taken over my world, but I still do a little bit of all of those. So
Awesome.
most of my life, really.
What is your favorite thing about crochet?
I have OCD. So crochet is one of those things that just like really calms me down and keeps me grounded. I know a lot of people don't like counting stitches, but that's really helpful for me,
Yeah.
especially when I'm in my head. So my favorite thing about crochet is just how much it calms me down and keeps me just grounded and not in my head so much.
Awesome. When did you officially start Bags by Bento?
In 2021, so about a year and a half ago. So it hasn't been a super long time. It feels like it happened yesterday and that I've been doing it my whole life simultaneously.
Oh, awesome. My next question for you was your tagline. I was scoping out your website, and you have wannabe crochet friends. How did you come up with that?
That really happened organically. I am just a very like social friendly person in general. So my approach to social media was just to make friends and to meet other crocheters. I don't know a lot of people that crochet in my town. I'm meeting people now through social media, which is really
Yeah.
fun. But I was just looking for people who I could talk about crochet with, who would get it and get excited with me and not just like stare blankly back at me like, what are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah.
So I started just to make friends, and before I know it, this idea of like crochet friends just really took off and people really gravitated towards that. So I created this sweatshirt for crocheters that says "Want to be crochet friends" because so
Yeah.
many of us are introverted and don't really want to like walk up to people in public and be like, "Hey." So I've actually
Yeah.
made several friends that way, just wearing the sweatshirt and people coming up, "I crochet too." So that's really fun, and I just enjoy that whole concept of crochet bringing people together.
Mhm. You said that you also knit. What are the differences that you find between knitting and crochet for yourself?
So yeah, it's quite different for me. I'm not an advanced knitter by any means. I'm pretty elementary there. And I found crochet just really clicked with my brain when it comes to like just being able to like take away stitches, add stitches, do irregular shapes and all this stuff. And with knitting, it's a lot more, you're a little bit more constrained, but that's probably because of my lack of of my knowledge around this topic. But I I don't know, just something about the crochet hook I really gravitated towards. I still knit. I think it's fun challenge. But I can't do anything more than like some ear warmers or a scarf, you know, those sort of things.
Yeah. What was your first crochet project that you ever did?
I made a blanket for my grandmother, and it was more of like a trapezoid shape because I kept accidentally decreasing and increasing and all the things without realizing it. So
Mm-hmm.
that was, she still loves it. She uses it every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What is your favorite crochet stitch?
Cool. Ooh, that's hard. I think if I'm just like doing it to relax and calm down, double crochet is probably my go-to.
Okay.
But a lot of my patterns use single crochet because of it's a nice like closed stitch that gives some structure to baskets and bags and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What drew you to designing?
I'm not really a rule follower, so
Or any of us, really? Let's be real.
yeah, that's kind of the creative aspect of crochet is just so much fun for me, and I really enjoy just making up my own things. And so when I started my business and was making my bags, I was making the same ones over and over again. I found that I was getting more burnt out than I would if I was just creating new things and being creative. And
Yeah.
so that's why I gravitated towards the design element of it. I'm also, because of my OCD, I really like numbers, and writing patterns is a lot more math than people realize. And I actually like it. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah. Awesome. Can you share with us any fun patterns that you have coming up?
Yeah, so the class that I'm teaching at the next event with Floxsie is the hanging baskets pattern. So I've got a couple hanging right here. They're a teardrop shape. They're a lot of fun. I put plants in mine or yarn and things, crochet supplies. That's a really popular one in my shop and on my YouTube channel. And I also do a doormat, and that one is a lot of fun. It's super quick, and it's probably been my best seller pattern wise. There's also a free tutorial on YouTube for that one as well. And then my bags obviously are my favorites. But I recently launched it's no sew. You crochet the zipper in, and that one's a lot of fun, and people have really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome. What is your best fiber memory?
Oh, that's, I mean, I think crocheting with people I love is always the top of mind. Getting to spend time with my friend who taught me crochet was really special. And then with my great grandmother, obviously doing fiber arts with her. I still have some things that we made together. So that brings back those good memories.
Ooh, what type of things do you have that you still have?
We did a cross stitch project together. It's like, it says home sweet home kind of thing, and it's got a house on it. And I think I was 7 or 8 when we made it. And I tried to freehand my name at the bottom. It's just really cute. I love it.
Oh, that's so cute. All right. What is your favorite fairy tale?
Oh, that's a hard one. Growing up, I was always really into Snow White.
Okay.
So I think that's probably it. I loved all the Disney movies growing up, but Snow White was the one I talked about the most.
So funny. Yeah, she's also one of my favorite princesses as well, so I feel that.
Yeah.
What's your ideal fairy tale color palette?
Oh, I love the like golds and whites and the greens, kind of the like enchanted forest type feel.
Yeah, awesome. And then if you could rewrite the ending of any fairy tale, which would you choose and why?
Putting me on the spot. Let's see if I can even remember any fairy tales. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of us can relate to the fact that, at least in my generation, the millennial generation, all the fairy tales ended with the girl ending up with the prince kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if I would rewrite it, it would just be like, just not a prince. Like finding herself and being
Yeah.
like, I mean, like Mulan's a really fun one, and
Yes.
things, you know, just finding a way to make it not so much about the fairy tale prince ending.
Yeah. Awesome. So you did mention that you were a fan of the Disney movies and Snow White was your favorite. What's your favorite Disney like fairy tale song?
Um, let's see. So my daughter, she's 3, and she sings the Moana song on repeat. And so it's got to be that one. We listen to that one. It's always Alexa, play Moana and over and over and over again. Or Frozen, obviously. Yeah. We've got to listen to like Let It Go a million times a day. So
that's so funny. All right, so you're coming to Floxsie. Can you share a little bit more about your class?
Yeah, so we'll be learning these hanging baskets. They come in 3 sizes, but we're going to work on the small size in the class. And then when we finish, you'll get all of the information you need to make the other sizes as well if you want to. They are really fun. The small one usually takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to make them. We're going to go slower for the class. They are just really fun and so useful around the house for all kinds of different storage things. I love them in my bathroom too, to hold like my cosmetics and stuff. Yes. For the class, it's an easy skill level class. So if you know the basics of crochet, you'll be able to keep up just fine. We'll be working in the round, so that might be new to some people. But I will cover that. So if you're not familiar, I'll walk you through it. The materials that I use is I use a jute twine for this one over here, and then the white and gold one is cotton cord. I like the brand Gansett. It's just because they use recycled and sustainable materials, which is really cool. But there's a lot of fun options. You can substitute yarn or macrame cord and all kinds of different things. Find the colors that fit you and your personality. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get to know some people, crochet together, make some new crochet friends. It'll be a blast.
So I'm a beginner crocheter. So I just want to know if there are any tips and tricks that you can kind of share with us before we wind this down.
Yeah. So when I was starting to crochet, there isn't really a step-by-step process. You're kind of just grabbing things here and there, and there are holes in the process. You might learn something like a little bit more advanced than you needed to and not know the basics, and it gets frustrating for things like when you're making a blanket and the edges aren't straight. So a lot of people come to me, they're like, I am so frustrated, I can't figure out why this is happening. So I always recommend following some sort of process so you make sure you don't miss anything. And I have a beginner page specifically for this that walks you through like how to choose your yarn, how to read a label, how to choose hooks from the very beginning, and what stitches you should know, and how to make sure your edges are straight, and how to count your stitches, all that good stuff. So I definitely recommend something like that where you're not just trying to guess and learn random things at random times. Yeah. And it'll help in the long run big time, because it's so frustrating when you think you're following as closely as you can. It doesn't turn out the same way as the picture. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Taylor, for joining me and chatting with me. It was a pleasure to get to know you. I hope that we become crochet friends right after this live.
Absolutely.
So if you want to join Taylor in her class on November 17th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we just changed our clocks, people. Her crochet class, Hanging Baskets, head over to the link in our bio or head over to floxsie.com to snag a ticket. Remember, when you purchase a ticket or a class package, you automatically get access to all the marketplace. So that gives you access to demos and vendor sessions. And if you add the recorded content, you will have access to the recorded classes as well. And I'm just double checking. And yours is also recorded.
Yeah,
so you can definitely get that recorded content add-on, and you'll have access to Taylor's class for 2 weeks after the event, which is something super fun. So if you get stuck or if you want to go back and review, you'll have access to that. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Taylor, for taking the time to talk to me, and we will see you next week already.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for your time, and we appreciate you watching this video. To learn more, visit Floxsie.com.